Thinking about raising chickens but not sure if it's worth it? In this video, I'll share the surprising benefits of backyard chickens, from fresh eggs to saving money. And by the end, you'll see why so many families are starting their own flock. Welcome to Green Profit Cultivate, where we help beginners raise healthier flocks, collect more eggs, and live sustainably. Subscribe for weekly tips on chicken farming, egg production, and composting hacks. Let's start with the most obvious and one of the biggest reasons people fall in love with backyard chickens: fresh eggs. Now you might think an egg is just an egg, but if you've ever cracked open a home-laid egg, you'll see the difference immediately. The yolks are usually a deeper, richer orange color, the whites are firmer, and the flavor is far more satisfying than what you'll find in most store-bought eggs. Why? Because your hens are eating a varied, natural diet, and their eggs aren't sitting in a warehouse for weeks before they make it to your kitchen. Store-bought eggs can be several weeks old by the time you buy them, and while they're still safe to eat, they lose a lot of that freshness and nutrition. With your own flock, you're collecting eggs daily, which means your family gets the best quality possible, straight from the nest to the pan. And beyond flavor, backyard eggs are often more nutritious. Studies have shown that hens raised on natural diets with access to greens and insects produce eggs with higher levels of omega-3 fatty acids, vitamins, and even better protein quality. It's not just a tastier egg, it's a healthier one. Of course, to get a steady supply of these fresh eggs, you'll want to set your hens up for success. That starts with comfortable nesting boxes and pads, so they feel secure and lay consistently. And a good starter layer feed makes sure they're getting the right balance of protein and calcium to keep shells strong and yolks rich. I've linked my favorite nesting box setups and beginner-friendly feeds in the description to make things easy if you're just starting out. So when people ask why raise backyard chickens, fresh, flavorful, and nutritious eggs are usually the first answer, and once you've had them, it's hard to go back to store-bought. Another benefit that many new chicken keepers don't realize at first is that chickens are natural pest control experts. If you've ever watched a flock out in the yard, you'll notice they're constantly scratching at the ground and pecking at anything that moves. Chickens love to eat bugs, everything from beetles, grasshoppers, and flies, to the pests we all hate like ticks, fleas, and even small mice if they can catch them. This constant foraging not only keeps your birds entertained, but it also reduces the pest population in your backyard or garden, without the need for chemical sprays. Think about it. Instead of buying insecticides or dealing with tick problems, your flock is out there working for you every day, cleaning up the bugs, and turning them into protein for eggs. It's one of the most natural, sustainable forms of pest management you can get. Now, of course, to take full advantage of this, you need to give your chickens access to safe outdoor space. Free ranging is ideal, but even if you don't have a big yard, you can still build or buy a secure coop with a run, where your hens can scratch around. Pair that with sturdy fencing or a mobile coop, and you'll keep them safe while letting them do their pest control magic. And here's the bonus. Not only are they reducing pests, but by scratching and pecking, they're also turning and aerating your soil, which is a huge help if you garden. So if bugs and pests are a problem in your area, chickens can be a game changer. And to get the best results, I've linked some beginner-friendly coop kits and fencing options in the description that will keep your flock safe while they're busy keeping your backyard pest-free. Now let's talk about one of the most powerful and often overlooked benefits of raising chickens: composting and fertilizer. Every day, your chickens are producing more than just eggs. They're also producing manure, and while that might sound like waste, it's actually one of the most valuable natural fertilizers you can get. Chicken manure is packed with nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, the exact nutrients plants need to grow strong and healthy. When properly composted, this manure turns into what gardeners often call black gold. It improves soil structure, boosts fertility, and helps your plants thrive without the need for expensive store-bought fertilizers. And if you're into gardening, or even just keeping a few potted plants, you'll see the difference almost immediately. But here's the important part. Fresh chicken manure is too strong to put directly on plants. It can actually burn them. That's why composting is key. With a simple compost bin, tumbler, or bokashi kit, you can safely break down the manure, along with kitchen scraps and yard waste, into rich, usable compost. It's a win-win: less waste going to the landfill, and more nutrients going back into your soil. And if you grow vegetables alongside your chickens, you're creating a closed-loop system. Chickens provide the fertilizer, the garden provides food scraps, and the cycle keeps going. It's one of the most sustainable and cost-effective ways to manage a backyard farm. To make it easier, I've added links in the description to compost bins, tumblers, and seed bundles that pair perfectly with raising chickens. If you've ever wanted to boost your soil and save money on fertilizer, your flock can do all the work for you. One of the most surprising benefits of raising backyard chickens is just how much fun they bring to your family. and how much kids can learn from them. Chickens aren't just egg machines. They each have unique personalities. Some are curious, some are bold, some are downright silly, and it's entertaining to watch them scratch around, cluck, and interact with one another. For many families, spending time in the yard with chickens becomes a daily joy, almost like having a flock of feathered pets that also happen to give you breakfast. For kids especially, chickens are a great learning tool. Caring for a flock teaches responsibility, empathy, and even some science lessons. Kids can see where food really comes from, understand the life cycle of animals, and learn the importance of daily routines like feeding, watering, and collecting eggs. It's a hands-on experience that you just can't get from a book or a classroom. Chickens also create family memories. Imagine your children running out to collect eggs each morning, or helping set up the brooder for new chicks. These are moments that stick with them and build a lifelong appreciation for animals and self-sufficiency. And don't worry, getting started with kids doesn't have to be overwhelming. Beginner-friendly chick starter kits, brooders, feeders, and waterers make the process simple and safe. I've linked some of my favorite starter gear in the description, so if you're raising chickens as a family project, you'll have everything you need to make it smooth and enjoyable. So yes, chickens provide food, pest control, and fertilizer, but they also provide something priceless: connection to animals, to nature, and to each other. Finally, let's talk about a benefit that speaks to almost everyone: saving money. When you first look into raising chickens, you'll see the startup costs: a coop, feeders, bedding, and feed. And yes, there's an initial investment, but here's where the long-term payoff comes in. Once your hens are settled, they'll start giving you a steady supply of fresh eggs. If you've ever compared the price of organic, free-range eggs at the store, you know they can get expensive. With your own flock, you're cutting down your grocery bill week after week. But it doesn't stop at eggs. Remember the composting we talked about earlier? By using your chickens' manure to fertilize your garden, you're saving money on store-bought fertilizers and bagged compost. Over time, that adds up, especially if you grow vegetables or herbs for your family. There's also the value in reducing waste. Chickens happily eat kitchen scraps, like vegetable peels, stale bread, or leftovers, which means less food going into the trash, and more nutrition going back into your flock. That alone helps stretch your feed budget further. And if you ever find yourself with extra eggs, you can sell them to neighbors, or at a local farmer's market. Many backyard chicken keepers make enough from egg sales to cover their feed costs, and sometimes, even turn a small profit. Of course, to maximize these savings, you'll want to invest in quality gear that lasts. That means sturdy feeders and waterers that minimize waste, durable coop starter kits, and bulk layer feed and supplements to keep your hens productive. I've linked all of these in the description to help you get started on the right foot. So while chickens may not make you rich, they absolutely can help you save money, reduce waste, and even create a small stream of income, all while providing fresh, healthy food for your family. So there you have it. 5 powerful reasons to raise backyard chickens: fresh and nutritious eggs, natural pest control, composting benefits, family fun and education, and even cost savings. Backyard chickens aren't just a hobby. They're a lifestyle that connects you to your food, your family, and the land, in a way that's both rewarding and sustainable. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these benefits excites you the most? Or if you already keep chickens, what's been the biggest surprise for you? Drop your answer in the comments. I read every one, and your story might inspire someone else to get started. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, share it with a friend who's been thinking about chickens, and don't forget to subscribe for more weekly tips on chicken farming, egg production, and composting hacks. And before you go, check out the description. I've linked my free backyard chicken starter checklist to help you begin your journey, plus my recommended coop kits, nesting boxes, feed, and supplements, so you'll have everything you need to raise a happy, healthy flock. Thanks for watching Green Profit Cultivate, where we grow more, waste less, and live green. I'll see you in the next video.